Peter Sells, and I was partly instrumental in getting the Botero painting, the Abu Ghraib suite, to the Berkeley Art Museum, which after traveling all around Europe and many and in some American places, didn't want to show them very much, has been donated to the Berkeley Art Museum. And they are some of the strongest paintings, political paintings, that have been made since Picasso painted his Guernica. Botero, as you know, is one of the most famous artists alive, and I wrote him a note to his Paris studio asking him to send us the following statement, which he mailed to me. Torture is often, quote, justified, parenthesis, a means to get information that can be used to save lives or present society, and, quote, excused, parenthesis, the inevitable excesses that soldiers commit when confronted with the atrocities of war. All this by some people. However, both are false. On no grounds can torture be justified or ever excused. Torture represents an insult to the body and the soul of the human being and goes against any definition of civilized conduct. I have denounced torture in my paintings because I believe that art can represent a permanent accusation, the only means we as artists have at our disposal to keep alive an idea that should never burn out, that we must never attempt the unacceptable, and that any group, people, or nation, if it loses its moral compass, can descend into violence and succumb to the horrors of barbarism. Fernando Botero, September 2010. Thank you.
I'm Jason Leopold. Gretchen Gordon and I are reading an excerpt of transcript of former CIA Director George Tenet's 60 Minutes appearance on April 29th, 2007. Gretchen will be reading the part of correspondent Scott Pelley, and I'm George Tenet. You know, the image that's been portrayed is we sat around the campfire and said, oh boy, now we get to torture people. We don't torture people. Let me say that again to you. We don't torture people, okay? So,
come on, George.
We don't torture people.
Colleague Sheikh Mohammed.
We don't torture people.
Waterboarding.
We do not, and I don't talk about techniques.
It's torture.
We don't torture people. No, listen to me. I want you to listen to me. Here's the context. It's post 9/11. I've got reports of nuclear weapons in New York City, apartment buildings that are going to be blown up, planes that are going to fly into airports all over again, plot lines that I don't understand, I don't know what's going on inside the United States. And I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find out where the next disaster is going to occur. Everybody forgets one central context of what we lived through. The palpable fear that we felt on the basis of the fact that there was so much we didn't know. I know that this program worked, and I know that this program saved lives and disrupted plots.
But what you're essentially saying then is some people need to be tortured.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
You're telling me that.
I did not say that.
The enhanced interrogation.
Listen, I did not say that. We do not torture. Listen to me.
Look.
You're making an assumption.
You call it in the book enhanced interrogation techniques.
Well, that's what we call it.
I mean, that's a euphemism.
I'm not going to have a semantic debate with you. I'm telling you what I believe.
So, anybody die in the interrogation program?
No.
You're sure of that?
Yeah. In this program that you and I are talking about, no.
Have you ever seen any of these interrogations done?
No.
Didn't you feel like it was your responsibility to know what you were signing off on?
I understood. I'm not a voyeur. I understand what I was signing off on.
I'm Father Louis Vitale. I am reading excerpts from a series of autopsy and death reports of detainees who died in U.S. custody in Iraq and Afghanistan. Autopsy number A0351. Date of death, June 6, 2003. Decedent is a 52-year-old Iraqi male civilian detainee who was found unresponsive outside in installation at Whitehorse Detainment Facility. This 52-year-old male, redacted, died as a result of asphyxia, lack of oxygen to the brain, due to strangulation. Additional findings at autopsy include blunt force injuries, predominantly recent bruises on the torso and lower extremities. The abrasions encircling the left wrist are consistent with the use of restraints. Cause of death, strangulation. Manner of death, homicide. Autopsy number ME03504. Date of death, November 4th, 2003. An Iraqi national died while detained in the Abu Ghraib prison where he was held for interrogations by government agencies. Fractures of the ribs and a contusion of the left lung imply significant blunt force injuries of the thorax and likely resulted in impaired respiration. Interviews taken from individuals present during the interrogation indicate that a hood was placed over the head and neck of the detainee. This likely resulted in further compromise of effective respiration. Cause of death, blunt force injuries complicated by compromised respiration. Manner of death, homicide. Autopsy number ME03571. Date of death, November 26, 2003. This Iraqi died while in U.S. custody. The details surrounding the circumstances at the time of death are classified. Cause of death, asphyxia due to smothering and chest compression. Manner of death, homicide. Death, April 5th, 2004. Location, LSA Diamond. Questioned by NSWT, struggled, interrogated, died sleeping. Cause and manner pending. Death, January 1st, 2004. Location, FOB Rifles. Questioned by other government agency, gagged and standing restraint. Cause, blunt force injuries and asphyxia. Manner of death, homicide. Death, November 26, 2004. Location, FOB Tiger. Questioned by military intelligence. Died during interrogation. Cause, asphyxia due to smothering and chest compression. Manner of death, homicide. Death, November 4th, 2003. Location, Abu Ghraib. Questioned by other government agency and NSWT. Died during interrogation. Cause, blunt force injury complicated by compromised respiration. Manner of death, homicide. Death, December 10, 2002. Location, Bagram, Afghanistan. Found unresponsive in cell. Cause, blunt force injuries to lower extremities. Manner of death, homicide. Death, December 3rd, 2002. Location, Bagram, Afghanistan. Found unresponsive, restrained in his cell. Cause, pulmonary embolism due to blunt force injuries to the legs. Manner of death, homicide. Autopsy number ME0414. Date of death, January 9, 2004. Iraqi detainee died while in U.S. custody. This 47-year-old white male died of blunt force injuries and asphyxia. The autopsy disclosed multiple blunt force injuries, including deep contusions of the chest wall, numerous displaced rib fractures, lung contusions, and hemorrhage into the intestine. The decedent was shackled to the top of a door frame with a gag in his mouth. At the time he lost consciousness and became pulseless. The severe blunt force injuries, the hanging position, and the obstruction of the oral cavity with a gag contributed to this individual's death. The manner of death is homicide.